here. I was just sort of like, I thought I was all ready, then I wasn't all ready. So I hope you have your coffee. It's a great morning for coffee. What morning isn't a good morning for coffee? That's what I want to know. My husband is home. I just heard him start his meeting on his phone upstairs. So hopefully, you know, we'll be competing for internet time. So hopefully nothing goes wrong in that direction. The card we're making today is a card I am swapping with my Creative Crafters team. We give an option for people in my downline to sign up to swap. So we do this once a month. We've done it for years and years. And every month there's a different theme. This month, the theme was our pre-order. As demonstrators, one of the real big perks of being a demonstrator is you get to order product in advance so that you can play with it and you get new catalogs in advance and all of that good stuff. So we had a pre-order and the Elegantly Said bundle was on that pre-order. So that was the theme of our swap, to use something from the pre-order. So I picked the Elegantly Said, and it looks like this. It's a fabulous suite. I'll flip the camera down in a minute to show you, but if you want to look at it in the catalog, it's page 68 and 69, and it was one of my must-have first purchases from the catalog because I absolutely love anything elegant, and I knew I could make some easy cards with it. So this is the card we're making today. It's pretty. It's just stamping and some punching, and it's super easy and it's super elegant. It uses the new soft succulent in color, and I just can't wait to share it with you. It's just so much fun. So let me flip the camera down and we'll go ahead and get started recreating this card. Okay, I'm going to give the camera just a second to catch up. So let me have a little sip of coffee again, and then I can kind of see who's all here. Hello, Kay from North Carolina. Oh, she's sharing already. Thank you, everyone who shares. Linda has shared. Hello, Elaine from North Carolina. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Pam. I think Pam is in North Carolina, too. I have so many friends in North Carolina. It's incredible. I wonder if I should have lived in North Carolina instead of Minnesota. Good morning, Bonnie. Good to see you. Hello, Diana. Great to see you. Thank you for sharing already. Thank you, Mary Ellen from Montana, for sharing. Thank you, Bonnie Braden, for sharing. Woohoo, I love that. Oh, and one of my team members from Spicer, Minnesota is watching. Good morning, Cindy. Great to see you here. Fantastic. All right, so one more sip of coffee and then we'll get going. All right, so this, as I mentioned, is the card we're going to do. Oh, you have to see the inside. Ready? There it is. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, I just love it. So it's a birthday card. So I'm gonna share with you how to make this. Oh, and I see I did not put the birthday sentiment here. So you know what? I might not make these cards birthday cards because I don't have it prepped. But I do have everything else prepped. So we can do everything except the birthday sentiment. But that just shows you how versatile For You is. For You. And then you can customize it to make it anything. Doesn't necessarily have to be birthday, but I'll hold it up close so you can see how pretty the sentiment font is. I'm a big fan of all the fonts in this particular catalog. And it's pretty obvious why, because they're just so elegant. I love them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're using the Elegantly Said bundle, which includes the, I don't know, did I write that down? Yes, the Elegant Tag Punch. So we'll get that out of the way for a minute. And here are the inks we're using. We're using the Soft Succulent ink pad, which I will open up and put aside. And we're going to use a Stays-On ink pad. Anytime you're stamping on something a little slippery like vellum that takes longer to dry, it's a good idea to use something like Stays-On. And then we're also going to use basic gray. So I'm going to open that up and put that where it needs to go. Here's the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. It's a specialty paper because there are flashes of gold and silver and copper in it. which is fantastic. So it has one side without the flashy part, and then the other side of the paper has some pretty flashy foils. So that's pretty fun. It is a beautiful bundle. Good morning, Philomena. Nice to have you here. Here is the wheel that we're working with today. We've got soft succulent, very vanilla, basic black, and gray, basic black and basic gray. All right, so let me get started. The first thing we're going to do is we have our card bases, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I will be using my bone folder to get those nice and crisp. So there we go. You see me do that all the time. And the next thing we're going to do is some stamping. So I've got some scrap paper here, and I'm just going to put it to the side because I don't think we need it for this particular image. But the first thing I'm going to do is take this fabulous flourish, and we are going to ink that up with the basic gray. We're going to be doing stamping. So I'm going to put it up here, right here in the upper left, and then we're going to put it down in the lower right. And we're going to do that on both of these card bases. So we'll be also stamping the inside with the same flourish. So again, let me go ahead. We're making 2 cards today. I like to give everyone a second chance to see what I'm doing, because sometimes, you know, things go so fast on video that it's nice to have that second chance to look and see what it was I just did. Sometimes I need that myself. All right. Oh, I did that one upside down, but oddly enough, it's still right side up. Okay, so then we're going to open this up, and we're going to stamp in the opposite corners. So we will be stamping in the upper right and lower left this time. So again, we're just inking it up with the basic gray. And we're going to do this all on the inside. And then we'll have the flourish done. Of course, if you enjoy decorating your envelopes, which I highly encourage, but do not often do myself just because of lack of time. And then I'm one of these people where I never seem to be able to keep the envelope with the card, because I put so many of my cards on display so that I can enjoy them for a few months. And then somehow the decorated envelope isn't any longer with the card, and then it shows up like 2 months later after I've already sent the card out. So I kind of just as a demonstrator for that sort of reason, I don't decorate my envelopes as much as I probably should. How many of you decorate your envelopes? I'm curious, because it's always been my New Year's resolution to decorate my envelopes, and then when I try, I seem to fail at the organizing aspect of it. All right, so we've got that done. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of stamping on our inside panel. So let me bring the inside panel in here so you can see what this looks like. And these are the papers that we're using. So we've got Very Vanilla here, and it's cut at 3 by 4 inches. Oh, of course you do, Elaine. Elaine says she decorates every envelope. I'm not surprised. Of course you do. I've gotten mail from you. Every envelope is amazingly, gorgeously decorated. All right, and then I went ahead and I used the Designer Series paper that we're going to be using on the outside. I put a little strip on the inside. That is 1/2 inch by 3 inches. So I went ahead and did that in advance. And the next thing we're going to do is use our soft succulent ink. And we are going to stamp a flower on the inside. And I'm going to stamp off once because I want this really nice and light so that our, well, had I had it ready, our inside sentiment would have shown up really well. If you choose not to use an inside sentiment, it's light enough that you can write over the top of it and still have it decorating your inside. So we're going to go ahead and do one more here. So stamp off and then stamp on. And that's our inside panel. Like I said, normally I would have had an inside sentiment, but did not get one ready. So we will just ignore that. So I have a stamp and seal here, and I am going to just put this into the inside panel of our card. Just center it in, and it's going to look like that. There we go. We're going to do the same thing to the other one. And we'll center that one in. And then our inside panels for these particular cards are done. Looks great. Now we have more stamping to do. So let me see. I have to find the supplies we're using. So I've got some scrap vellum because we're going to need to cut 2 tags. And this is cardstock vellum from Stampin' Up. It's fantastic. It's just awesome. It is so sturdy and it keeps its shape. I don't know if you've ever gotten vellum that's on the less expensive side. It's rolling up and it's so lightweight and you can't get it to stay down. And oh my gosh, the list of annoyances never seems to end. So I am going to ink for you. We're just going to stamp that. I'm going to actually stamp and punch because this is not a see-through stamp. So sometimes you can get it right and sometimes it goes crooked. So I don't want to take the chance. You'll also notice I use the Jet Black Stays On ink because anytime you're stamping on vellum or like some kind of a glossy or foil paper, Stays On Jet Black is a permanent Stays On ink. In fact, I'm going to use it on my eyeglasses later today because I have metal glasses and there is some, I don't know, like some paint flicks chipping off or something. So I'm going to put this on to fix the way my glasses look. All right, so we're going to continue to let that dry. Meanwhile, I've got a scrap piece of Very Vanilla and I am going to punch out 2 tags. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is stamp this pretty flower onto these tags. So here's our pretty flower. And we're going to do full strength this time because when you put the vellum over the top, it's going to fade the flower a little bit naturally. So there's 1. And 2. Okay, now we can go ahead and we'll punch out our For You and we will attach it to our tag. So we're just going to set this in and we want the For You to be pretty much in the center. I'm going to punch this one out first. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and grab this one. And I actually have to cut a little bit off the bottom. I put it a little bit high. I know, not very much, but the punch was not going up as far as I wanted it to. All right, so give this another shot. Oh, there we go. It's perfect now. So just center that in, punch it out. Such a pretty punch. And then to attach it to our Very Vanilla tag, I'm just going to use a glue dot. So let me grab my glue dots. And of course, I'll just grab my Take Your Pick tool so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to grab the Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to put the glue dot right here. Let me show you where I put it. I put it right here on the stem of this punch out because I'm going to have a ribbon there so that glue dot will never show. So you're always trying to hide vellum when you put it onto your projects. You want to hide the adhesive in places where it won't show through. It really hardly shows through, but I think over time. So that's what it looks like when it's all layered up. It's very pretty. So we'll grab another glue dot. And again, I will set this right here. Okay, so I know several of you are customers of mine, and you've probably been wondering about the Join special. I can't encourage you enough to try it. It's not like it's just really a purchase. It's a purchase of $155 that you only have to pay $99 for. Such an incredibly good deal. And then you just get to be a part of my team. You know, and if you never make another purchase again, it's no big deal. You can go back to being my customer, but you'll get to have a taste of Stampin' Up! And a taste of being on my Creative Crafters team. We have so much fun. We have a demo meeting tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock. If you decide to join Stampin' Up! Today, and we're friends on Facebook, I can add you to the group and you can be recognized at our demo meeting as a new demonstrator joining today. So do think about it. I'm here all day to help you and assist you with signing up if you'd like to do that. All right, so we've got our tags done. I'm going to set those aside for a second. And we're going to make the rest of our front piece here. So the pattern paper, again, from Simply Elegant Specialty Designer Series paper, and of course it has a foil side, but I love this pattern. Oh my gosh, look at all those pretty leaves and the very vanilla and the basic gray and the basic black, and it's so beautiful. So that is 3 by 4 inches. And we're going to attach it to some panels that are 1/8 inch larger. So this is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So away we go. I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue because it's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room putting this onto my very vanilla panels here. And then since it is such a small margin for air, 1/8 inch, that way I can wiggle it into place and have it look really perfect. If you're using it's not snail. It used to be called snail. It's not snail. What is it called? It's that new adhesive. Seal. Good Lord. You can tell you've been in Stampin' Up! A long time when all of the names start to run together. But yes, you can use seal. Here it is. And I can do it. But boy, I tell you, it's tough for someone who's brand new. So I like to use the glue for my newbies so that they can adjust it. Because when you use the seal, you have to, is it hoover or hover? Hover. You have to hover it over and make sure it's just perfect to get into there. Otherwise, it'll be off and kind of lopsided. All right, so here it is. We've got our panels done. Now all we have to do is grab some dimensionals. So we're going to put one up in each section here. And I don't really need a dimensional through the middle because we've got some ribbon and stuff like that going on. So that big bow needs a little room to bow down. So we're going to go ahead and take the backings off and we'll set this into our card. Oh my goodness, did you guys realize I almost forgot to wrap my ribbon? I was even talking about ribbon. Somehow, at the very last ditch second, I remembered I need to wrap ribbon. And you know what? I never had it on my table when I did the introduction to this card. So let me grab it. Yes, here it is. It is our soft, succulent ribbon. Oh my goodness, it's just gorgeous. It's called an open weave ribbon. And we are going to set it, I don't know, maybe halfway up or so. I think halfway up is about right. So we're just going to set it right in the middle of our card. It's going to look great. So let's go ahead and get that in there. Where's my ribbon scissors? Here it is. So set that in. So it looks like this. This is just kind of dividing that in half. Then you can go ahead and put it on your card. So we're setting that right in the middle of the card. Look how that black paper just pops against this soft succulent background. So pretty. And we're going to do this one. So we're going to cut it just a little bit bigger. I know I made my bows in advance, but I didn't get the other stuff prepped. So again, just put it right in the center. And there it is, so pretty. And again, we'll set this right in the center. And then it's time to put our tags on. So what I do is I'm not actually going to put our tags on with any kind of dimensional or anything. So we're just going to put this straight on. I'm just going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal on the back, and I can just slide this portion under those little tag pieces. See? So it kind of hooks in there, and then just set it in so it's nice and straight. And then we're going to put, so let me show you, that's how I did it. And then we're going to put our little ribbon accent right there. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Just kind of scoot that in so that it's sort of, I don't know how to explain it. You just want to tuck that in and then scoot it over. Get the bottom and the left about the, or get the bottom and the right about the same. And then press it all in. And then we'll do the ribbon. So I have a couple pre-made bows. I did get that done. And all you do is just tie a couple of bows from that beautiful soft succulent ribbon. So let me get this prepped here. All right, and then just put that on with a glue dot, and it's just going to make the card. So let me add a glue dot. We're going to set that right over the top of the previous glue dot that we used to attach the tag, the vellum to the tag, and then it looks like that. So let me do this one quick. And then that's our card. That's the card my downline is getting for swapping with me this month. So there it is. So let me get some of this junk out of the way, and we'll get all of this set up really pretty so you've got a nice ending picture of everything here. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I am so glad all of you joined me today. Thank you so much. Just a little FYI. Give me 1 second here. Many of you know I do Happy Stamper tokens. So if you are one of my customers, you have seen these come through the mail time and time again. And, you know, if you place a $100 order and you use a host code, you get 2 tokens because you get 1 token for every $50 order that you place, not including shipping, handling, tax. It's retail product. Well, I'm going to Hawaii with Stampin' Up. I'm very excited about it. And while I am gone, starting on the 15th of May and going through May 31st, I will be doing double tokens. So if you place a $100 order, you will get not 2, but 4 Happy Stamper tokens. So pretty exciting. So for those of you that are my customers, I will be putting a newsletter out tomorrow, not today. I'm really busy with my demo meeting today, but I will put a newsletter out tomorrow with that announcement. But for those of you that are my customers watching this video early, before I make that announcement, you've just got your heads up. So any orders placed May 15th through May, through May 31st will get double tokens. Thanks to me going on a vacation with Stampin' Up. Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk to you soon. I truly appreciate you. Bye, everybody.